It's coming.
I am present. Here you go.
Good morning, fellow participants. Good morning, everybody. I believe my voice is loud enough. So you want to use the microphone? Okay, thank you very much. If you're happy to be a participant of Yali, I want you to shout, woo! That's right. Thank you. We have 20 minutes to do a presentation, and we are just trying to fix a laptop so that we can see the slides and what we have to present. So, but before we get this, can the eagles be on their feet, please? If you are eagles, please just be on your feet. Okay, very high. So we're going to take our mantra. Okay? Eagles soaring high, eagles conquering all. Eagles! 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 Soaring high. Eagles! Conquering all. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you. My name is Ruth Haruna, and I'm an eagle that may not be able to fly. So I will be presenting on behalf of the eagles with a couple of my colleagues.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Priscilla Nahante from Ghana.
Thank you very much. The Eagles were able to come up with a number of leaders that we admire, that inspire us, that we have seen certain effective leadership qualities in them, and we've highlighted all that. So I will just give my first colleague who will be presenting on the first two leaders that inspire us. Priscilla.
Hello, thank you very much. So our first leader, the woman that we chose as our leader is Aung San Suu Kyi. That is the picture over there. She is a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and she's a leader and founder of the National League for Democracy in America. She is a human rights advocate. She's a human rights activist, and advocate for democracy. This is what she believes in. We chose her because of her selflessness and for the focus on the vision that she has. She wants to see Burma, Myanmar, as a country without military rule and democracy. And in this fight to get democracy for her country, she stood for elections in 1990. She won with 51%. And she even won 81% of the parliamentary seats. But she wasn't given the presidency by the military leaders. She was rather arrested, put in house arrest for 15 years. 15 years of her life was sacrificed for her vision. She was selfless. And even in this 15 years, she was offered freedom. They said, leave the country and we'll give you freedom. But she said no. She believed in her vision. She wanted to attain democracy for Burma. She is still alive and is still fighting for this cause. She plans on running for elections this November, which is late November, in Burma, and we're actually praying for her that she wins. And during the 15 years while she was in prison, her husband got cancer. He was outside the country and she couldn't go and visit him. She lost her husband and she lost her mother. While she was in prison, her followers were arrested. But she said no. She went on hunger strike. How lovely and how compassionate can a leader be? We admire her because she's selfless, because she has compassion for her vision, and because of her focus. For more than 20 years, she has been following this vision and is still following this vision. And the thing is, the only real prison is fear. And the only real freedom is freedom from fear. And we believe that as leaders, we have to be selfless, we have to be bold, we have to believe in what we stand for. And that is why we chose Aung San Suu Kyi as one of our leaders. The next leader we chose is Thomas Sankara. I know you have heard his name before, even there's a place in Ghana named after him, Sankara. This man was the president of Burkina Faso from 1983 to 1987 before he was killed. He launched the most ambitious program for social and economic change ever attempted on the African continent. This man, Thomas Sankara, had a dream. He saw an Africa relying on Africa. He saw the possibilities of Africans standing on our own and believing in ourselves, and using our own resources to take care of ourselves. And in view of achieving this, he said, okay, I realize that Africans like to import clothing. But we have so much land, there's so much we can do. So what he did was that he innovated an idea. He said an idea that said, okay, we are planting 10 million cotton trees. And out of this cotton, we are going to use that for our clothing. And in leadership by example, he made all the military men wear clothing made of the cotton that was grown in the country. Aside that, he wanted an Africa where there was no corruption. He wanted an Africa where no political leader would amass wealth for himself. So what he did was that he sold all the expensive political cars, all the MPs cars, all the parliamentary leaders cars, all the expensive ones. He sold all of them and then bought Renault 5, the cheapest car as at that time for everybody. So when we are in politics, you don't think of soaring in riches when other people are suffering. And also in his selflessness, he was earning just $450 a month as a president. He actually died with less than $100 in his account. He didn't want an AC in his office. So he said, if a common man is working in the sun and suffering, I'm president. Can't I share their pain? Can't I be with them? He was selfless. He had love for his people. What he also did was that he cut the cultural balance. He said, no, I'm going to promote female leadership. I'm not going to say just men can be in parliament, just men can be in the military. He actually had women come in parliament, women in leadership roles, and women in military. And then also, we are also used to female getting pregnant and then being sacked out of school. This man said if a female gets pregnant, actually was a man that impregnated her. So why should she go out of school and the man be in school? So then he said if a female gets pregnant, the man is also expelled with the female. And also what he did was he cut female genital mutilation at that time as early as 1983 and 1987 before the Beijing Women's Rights was passed. This man had a vision for Africa. A vision where men and women will stand to make a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We want to carry our French-speaking colleagues along, so my French colleague will just catch up briefly. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Tony Idris from so I will try to interpret now. Donc, le premier leader que nous avons choisi dans notre groupe, c'est Aung San Suu Kyi. Comme vous le savez, Aung San Suu Kyi a gagné le prix Nobel et elle est actuellement une activiste au niveau du Myanmar. Elle a été emprisonnée en 1900. Elle a été emprisonnée et elle a gagné les élections en 1990. Mais ces élections, cette victoire lui a été retirée par des militaires. Donc actuellement, elle a fait, après cette victoire, elle a été emprisonnée pendant 15 années et elle a perdu son mari pendant cette période. Donc le choix de Aung San Suu Kyi se repose sur son sens du sacrifice. Elle a fait 15 ans en prison et pendant cette période, elle a perdu son mari, mais elle n'a pas renoncé à la lutte pour la démocratie au Myanmar.
Good morning once again. Jeff Rockways from Nigeria. I'm going to be talking about a very, very famous philanthropist and entrepreneur. Her name is Anne Leslie. Anne Leslie is a famous British entrepreneur and a philanthropist who visited Africa in 1991, particularly Zimbabwe. When she was in Zimbabwe, she discovered that things weren't done the way it's supposed to be done, especially in the angle of education. Back then in Zimbabwe, the men mostly go to school because they believe that they have a high probability of getting a job after education. And that is the same women. So parents, we are interested in educating their male child, while the women stay at home, do the chores, and whatever else they have to do. But she thought it was need to have those women, for she believed that they also represent a very strong tool in molding and shaping the world. So when she went back to Britain, she solicited for funds from family and friends, and she returned back to Zimbabwe, empowering 32 girls through education. They were doing well in education, most of them graduated, they did a good job, they inspired and helped their family. In 1993, she launched a program called CAMPED, Campaign for Education for female Education. It's a charitable organization that is focused on providing quality education to females in Africa, particularly in Zimbabwe, Zambia, Ghana, Tanzania, and Zambia, and Malawi. Now, this is something very rare. You know, when we talk about leadership, we talk about integrity. Now, a lot of people may promise but never return back to Africa to assist. But she came back, that's integrity. It's a visionary leader that will do this. And that's why we chose her. She's a visionary person. She's selfless. She came off her service to Africa, even when she has no connection to this particular continent. That's a remarkable thing. This is why we have chosen her to be one of the mentor leaders. The campaign program that she has instituted has been replicated in most parts of the African country. Today, we have over 5,000 partner school communities that are experiencing this through what she has done. Right here in this particular hall, we have about four beneficiaries of our program. I will just call their names. Please just stand up and wave. We have some brother. We have Adam Muhani. We have Saeed Sahada and Wakiti Muhammad. These are the four from what they said yesterday that without ARMS program they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't even gain education. So this is something inspiring, it's something motivating, this is something that we are encouraging all women to do because we believe that they represent an icon to move and shape not just Africa but the entire globe. The next person that I'm going to be talking about is this is up. His name is Obeoluwa Akidola. He's a Nigerian, he's a blind information technology consultant. I want that to see for just a minute. A blind information technology consultant. He came from a family of 6, out of which 4 are also blind. He was orphaned at the age of 9. And today, this blind man have developed a curriculum to teach and to train other blind people in Africa how to use computer system, how to repair computer system. He developed, designed, conceptualized a unique computer to help blind people to work. He said he doesn't want them to go and beg in the streets, that they too can empower people, and that is why we have chosen him. He is extraordinary, he did not let his difficulties be a challenge to him. These are some of the things that even some of us that are upright, some of us that can see cannot even do. This man can fix a computer system. This is a unique thing for us. The most, yes. One of the interesting things also is that he's married to a non-blind person. And I am so humble and proud to say that the wife is here in our midst. Please, I will not be my microphone just a second to say something.
Thank you very much. I think one of the things that actually thrills me about him is the fact that he's actually selfless and gives all his life to make sure that an average black person in Nigeria and in Africa can have access to information. And I think we should all do that in our different communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my co-facilitators, thank you very much. We were also asked in our assignment to identify 10 most important qualities or attributes. The first one we have is integrity, visionary, proactive, innovative, selfless, humility, focused, communications, people-oriented, and motivation. We were asked to grade or classify these 10 qualities and attributes. And based on our study and discussion of our 4 most favorite leaders that were presented to you this morning, we discovered that integrity is on 100%. Integrity has been grouped under frequently used attributes by all the 4 leaders we have presented to you today. Visionary, selfless, people-oriented, and innovative also falls under that classification. It was frequently used and is still being used by these leaders because most of them are still alive and are still working on the vision they have. For Aung San Suu Kyi, you notice that she ran an election and she won, but the military dictatorship refused to give her the government, and she's still running. She's still coming back this November, keeping the vision, keeping the hope alive. The next category we have is used sometimes. The attributes humility, proactive, focused communications are used sometimes by these leaders. And at this level, humility is on 100%. Then the only attribute we have that was rarely used is motivation. This brings us to the end of our presentation. I hope you all like it. Thank you very much.